kid who takes over the subscriber's birthday party because since, he's, the spoiled kid who gets everything he's ever wanted, the birthday party goes from being the subscriber's birthday party to being completely ruined by the spoiled kid. I know you will enjoy today's story, so sit back, relax, leave a like on the video to claim your free nothing, subscribe if you're new, and that being said, let's just jump right into it. Anyway, so we're going to call the subscriber who submitted this story Brent. So Brent was turning 13 years old, and 13 is a pretty good year. And sure enough, he was having a birthday party. So here's the only problem with the birthday party. At Brent's school, they had a rule, and the rule makes a lot of sense, but it can be a little bit tricky at times. At Brent's school, they had a rule where you had to either choose to invite nobody or everybody. Yeah, nobody or everybody. Brent's class wasn't super big. It was like 20 to 30 people. And the whole rule behind it, this was only true for like grades, kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, like the younger grades. This was so that nobody ever felt left out at one of these birthday parties. So I understand why they're doing this, but at the same time, man, there's just some kids you just don't really get along with. Maybe they're not nice. I totally understand not trying to exclude anyone, but sometimes, man, kids act in a way that low-key they should be excluded, if you know what I mean. But anyways, right, so sure enough, there was a kid in Brent's class. Brent's class that we're going to call it the spoiled kid. And the spoiled kid was never told known his life. Yeah, so since the spoiled kid has never been told known his life, he definitely has a bit of an attitude. And by a bit of an attitude, I mean a massive attitude problem. Yeah, sure enough, right, the spoiled kid was never told no, and since he was never told no ever, he kind of had this bit of a sense of, I'm better than you, and the reason why my parents are rich is because I'm better than you, stuff like that, right? So sure enough, let's just jump ahead to the day of the birthday party. So Brent's pretty excited, they're getting stuff ready. It was happening in his backyard, and it was actually a pretty cool idea. It was a kind of a water-themed birthday party, so they had water guns, they had water balloons, they had a bunch of water games, and it was really cool. So anyways, people started pulling up, people started coming over to, figure out what's up, what's going on. And sure enough, right, the spoiled kid also arrives, and the spoiled kid arrives in this super fancy car, whatever, which is fine. It really doesn't mean anything. Or I should say, you're not necessarily a bad person just because you pull up in a fancy car. There's nothing wrong with that. But you could tell when the spoiled kid got out, dude thought he was in Hollywood. Dude thought he was in LA. Dude thought that he was in the movies, bro. He was strutting. This kid was strutting. So proud of himself for what? For what is a great question here. Anyways, right, sure enough, the spoiled kid, he walks out. He's so proud of himself. He's so happy. He's so kind of yeah, I'm that guy. You guys better stand back. I'm that guy. Walks in, and everyone at the party who's already there kind of looks at each other because the spoiled kid was notorious in the class. Everybody in the class was oh my God, it's a spoiled kid. He's coming right now. Oh man, we already know what's going on. This kid is trouble. This kid is always trouble. We've never really had a good experience with him because there's been times in the past where the spoiled kid would just do or say stuff where it's just dang, bro, this kid actually has no manners. No one taught him how to act. And I've said this before in other spoiled kid videos. Part of me feels like it is the fault of the spoiled kid, but another part of me feels like it's actually 99% the fault of the parents. When you're 6 years old, when you're 15, when you're 13, okay, a little less when you're 15, but when you're younger, your whole world is dictated to you by your parents. So if you're spoiled, maybe it's because your parents made you that way. And I'm not necessarily saying we should give spoiled kids passes all the time. That is definitely not what I'm saying. But at the same time, all I'm trying to say is let's not put the blame on him, but we can still criticize him for his actions. So anyways, right, the spoiled kid gets there. And one of the first activities is this kind of this squirt gun, water gun type thing. So a lot of times when I play with water guns, you just kind of go around and just I don't know, spray people super casually or whatever. But for one of the first games, I think they were going to allow people to do that later. But the first fun event or whatever was water gun tag, which actually sounds really fun. I've never played water gun tag before. I've played flashlight tag, which actually is way too OP. The flashlight needs to be nerfed immediately. I've played many versions of traditional tag, right? But water gun tag just sounds fun. But at the same time, like, here's the thing. If you get squirted with a water gun and water gun tag, bro, you're gonna feel it. And why I say this is because, like, pretty clearly, like, I don't know, in other games of tag, like, there's cheating that goes on. But sometimes, like, for example, at flashlight tag, it's not super obvious when you get flashed. With normal tag, actually is kind of obvious, but especially with, like, water gun tag, like, if you get squirted, bro, like, you're going to feel the water on you. It's going to be cold. It's probably going to be a pretty intense beam of water, so you're going to feel it a little bit. Like, there's definitely, like, no easy, you're not going to be like, oh my God, I didn't even notice. Like, you're going to notice, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. So sure enough, right, like, everyone got around, and, you know, they're all, like, I think, like, some people were given, like, it was, like, I guess it wasn't really tag. I guess it was almost like dodgeball, but with water guns. So kind of scratched the whole water gun tag aspect. I think one person had it, but in this specifically, the subscriber, which, by the way, if you want to submit a story, you can do so to my Instagram account. Go to Instagram, look up Cornor Pugs. It's the one with the verification check. Follow me and then send me a DM with your story. Anyways, right, so they all had water guns, and when you were squirted, you were out. They were broken up into 2 teams. It wasn't like a free-for-all. They were broken up into 2 teams. So anyways, right, everyone was given a water gun, and the rules are basically, like, if you got squirted, like, you just got to, like, realize, like, just step out. Like, there's going to be a lot of rounds. They were playing, like, because they kind of realized that this was going to be really quick. I mean, if everyone's squirting each other with water guns, like, you're pretty quickly going to, like, get a lot of people out, if you know what I mean. Like, people are going to be coming out here and there. Like, it's really, like, if you get out, it's really not that bad, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be back in literally 1 or 2 minutes. However, it really kind of did rely on people kind of like, I mean, it was pretty obvious if you squirted someone, but at the same time, like, if you were squirted, you kind of needed to turn yourself in. So it also kind of mattered about, like, if people were going to take the responsibility in a way, like, take the responsibility of, like, oh, I got squirted, like, that's just kind of how it is, I got to step out now. Anyways, though, so the first round commences, and so everyone's kind of, like, spraying each other, people are stepping out when they get tagged, and then eventually, right, the subscriber, he squirts the spoiled kid. It's super obvious. Like, it's so obvious, too, that the spoiled kid knows he got squirted. One, because this is an intense beam of water. It's cold and you'll feel it. But also, after getting squirted, the spoiled kid looks down, sees all the water dripping down his chest, looks up and makes eye contact with the subscriber. And the subscriber's like, got you, man. And the spoiled kid's like, no, you missed. I dodged it. So the subscriber kind of gives him this look of, like, really, bro? Really, bro? Because, yeah, sure enough, right, it's just so obvious that the subscriber got him here. It's just so freaking obvious, dude. So sure enough, the subscriber's like, dude, I very clearly got you. Like, I can even point out the watermarks, like, right there. Like, very obviously, I got you there. And this, you know, the spoiled kid's like, no, dude, I freaking dodged it. And the subscriber's like, do you think you're Neo from The Matrix, man? Like, seriously right now? Do you think you're Neo from The Matrix? Like, you really just dodged it like that? And the subscriber's like, or the spoiled kid's like, well, and then the spoiled kid pumps up his water gun and boom, gets the subscriber. And, you know, obviously the subscriber was just gotten, but also, like, at the end of the day, like, if someone's out, you can't be shooting from the sidelines, you know what I mean? So the subscriber's like, dude, I already got you out. And at this point, some kid looked over, and it kind of just looked like the spoiled kid got the subscriber out, and I don't think anyone saw it the other way around. So the subscriber, even though this is his birthday party, like, of course the spoiled kid is ruining his birthday party, the subscriber's like, all right, man, whatever, and he, like, decides to, like, voluntarily leave, right? He, like, gets up and goes to the sidelines. First of all, it's not that deep, right? The subscriber knows, whatever, I'll be back in a minute or 2. Second of all, he doesn't want to make it look like he's the one who's doing what the spoiled kid's doing. And the subscriber's like, well, no way the spoiled kid can keep being, like, a massive jerk, right? No way, like, no possible way. So yeah, the subscriber thought that, okay, there's no way that the spoiled kid can ruin, like, my birthday party, like, any more than he already has. And let me just say that the subscriber is unfortunately very, 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 very wrong. Real quick, if you made it this far into the video, comment water down below. That'll be the secret word of the day, so if you made it this far, comment water. Yeah, I'm going to be trying to heart a bunch of comments down below the comment water, just to kind of say thank you. And by the way, if you use Spotify, you can also listen to these stories on Spotify. It will be linked in the pinned comment down below.